Well, Coach Grant, you kind of got a game and a half in this weekend on your trip to Mississippi, but you did get a almost a full half in against Belhaven on Saturday. What were your impressions of the team, the way they played? I know you were down 1-0 at that point, but what were just your impressions from that particular game and the Lady Tigers' performance?
I think our performance probably wasn't the best of the season so far. But again, we are working to try to find players to go in the right place, which is a positive problem for us. We've got more than a handful of players that can play multiple positions. We've got players that can come off the bench. And the best thing about that is for us, they come off the bench and we don't lose stride. But the first half wasn't, like I said, the best, but we had the opportunity to look at some things, and that's what preseason is for us.
Well, then you did get to come back in against Belhaven and get to play a full game Sunday. Actually, that was Millsap Sunday. My apologies. But just kind of talk about your performance in that game against Millsaps, and again a 1-0 loss, a tough game, giving up the goal there in the second half, and just kind of talk about your team's performance that day.
We didn't come out as strong, but our play was a lot better than the day before. The intensity was there. Millsap's a tough place to play. You're playing on turf. Obviously, you have a different bounce of the ball. It was hot, humid, and obviously turf adds to that. But our intensity was much better. We had chances. Millsaps had a great shot to go up 1-0 in the second half. But again, it's preseason. We're in the process of moving players around, still trying to find that piece that puts everything together. And as always, I think we are. As you play, I think you get closer every time you do play. So it was a game that could have gone either way. I kind of felt like it's one of those where the team that scored first probably was going to win it. Obviously, they scored first, and they did win. But again, we were toward the end of the second half. We were really applying a lot of pressure. 3 minutes left to go in the game. Again, we were stopped by lightning for the fourth time in 5 games this year. It seems to be following us. And Aisley kind of gave them a timeout to sit around for 30 minutes and kind of get their thoughts about. Went out for 30 minutes, still had, went out after 30 minutes and played only 3 minutes and still had the opportunity a couple times to equalize the game. Hey, ball didn't bounce our way, but I am looking forward for good things to come up here later on the season.
If you would comment on, you got another couple of tough ones coming up this weekend. Go out to Abilene on a neutral field, obviously, to play Rhodes and Austin College. What are you going to be looking for in terms of growth and maybe some things you might have learned on this last road trip to carry into those 2 games coming up this weekend?
Well, Friday we start off with the Rhodes, who last year won the SAC conference, which is probably, I understand, one of the toughest conferences in the nation with the powerhouses they have there. So Friday's contest will be one of the toughest teams we've played this year. So it's a great opportunity for our players to see what it's like, what teams are like at that top level. I think the game will be more physical. I think they'll bring a lot more than what we've seen, but that's what we need. Again, we still have a couple positions that we're looking to fill, and for our starting lineup is not complete by any means. So Friday will be a very good test for us, and then Saturday we do play Austin College, who will be just as tough, well organized team, well coached team, and it'll be a great weekend for us. It'll really give us a point of where I think where we need to be. So I mean, it'll be a great weekend. It'll be a great weekend to end on, to get ready for conference when we kick off with McMurray and Hardin Simmons the following weekend.